Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of Stainless Steel with Portugal, where we've finally taken over the Iberian Peninsula, defeating the Kingdom of Aragon and the Kingdom of Leon, but it's come at the cost of our public relations with the Catholic world. Elsewhere, we're going to attempt to invade North Africa. We already hold Fez, but I'd like to take Marrakesh because it's a very valuable settlement down there, and start pushing eastwards towards probably eventually the Sicilians, and eventually over to the Fatimids down by Egypt. But first we need to get ourselves back in the running with the Pope, because currently he doesn't like us very much. He is also 67 though, so he may pass away soon. But we have no cardinals currently in the College of Cardinals, so we won't have any say in the upcoming election, because we're excommunicated, and I'm willing to purchase my way back in, but currently the Pope's not willing to do so. And I think hopefully by being able to deal with some heretics in the area, that might help us.
What is it you wish?
Genoa doesn't particularly like us very much at the moment, I think, in comparison to us. So I'd like to just give them some money. Well, it's not going to be much, but here you go.
It seems we have reached an agreement. Until next time.
I just want them to like me a little bit more. We've got a decent army here at Burgos. Valencia, we will have a better one. Once it comes to next term, we are pretty much out of money at the moment. Any other heretics in the area we can potentially deal with? You need to get moving, because you're at risk of being executed by Benedictus Pieri here. All these bishops are getting on the boat in an effort to train them up in... Oh wow, you're an excellent diplomat, Diogo. My word. You are going to go on the boat as well, because you, once we've got our priests over here, we'll be sending you over to the Pope to try and negotiate our return to the Catholic world. Got a priest here, he's 37, he's not spectacular, and he's probably a bit too old to consider bringing over down to North Africa. Let's end the turn. The siege for Gaza, the crusade for Gaza continues. There's a big Genoese force there, they might be able to take it. There is still a large Fatimid force nearby to the Sicilians. We're also sending over an assassin to Rome as well, in an effort to maybe just assassinate the Pope, but I'd like to take part in the next papal election if entirely possible. Now, what are the Fatimids going to do? I imagine they'll knock out the Sicilians here, or at least force them to retreat. But that is a big Genoese force, and they may struggle. Or not. No, the Fatimids managed to take them out pretty simply, and that's also knocked back the Sicilians as well. There may be some more crusading forces out of view, but it does seem to me like the Egyptians are very much holding their own at the moment. So our next natural enemies are now the Moors, probably the Sicilians, and eventually the Egyptians. I don't think we want to push against France and Genoa. That doesn't seem like a sensible decision. I much think we're better off going into North Africa and pushing there. We've currently got 15 out of the 50 settlements we require to win this campaign. But it should become easier over time to achieve that. I apologise if you saw flashing at the bottom of the screen. This game does sometimes struggle with that. That's a very big English force. What are you doing, sir? Okay. England's decided it's time to declare war. And because we're excommunicated, the Pope won't give a damn. That's unfortunate. That's a full English force.
They come here to siege, but they shall leave here dead.
I mean, we knew England were at war with us before. I wasn't particularly expecting them to come back with a full force to Burgos. That is problematic, but Burgos is a pretty well-defended fortress. We might be able to make that work. And of course with this tiny little fight at Melilla as well. 124 mailed foot knights versus 2 lots of Arab infantry. It's very small, but I do actually think we can have a crack at that. And if we can take that with just 1 unit of infantry, that's going to be exceptional. I mean, those Arab infantry are not to be discredited. They are pretty good at their jobs. But I think we'll manage to deal with them. However, drop the ladders. Do we have any hills to work with? We have no real terrain to speak of. But let's pull back as far as we can. We're going to make them run as far as possible in an effort to sap them around their energy somewhat. There's probably a slight incline over here. Not much of one, but it might do. But again, we just want them to be running as... I think our units won't have to run as far, and they'll be able to hold their morale slightly better. So speed up time, just while our troops make it over here. I wanted them to tire as much as possible. Obviously these are heavy infantry, we're going up against light infantry. Light infantry expected to be quicker. But if we do win this, there's probably a man of the match for us. Or man of the hour, that's what I'm trying to think of, not man of the match. I've been watching too much of the Euros, the Women's Euros recently. That is not the hill I wanted. Let's go over here. Run, run, run. Yeah, I've been watching too much of the Euros recently. I've been thinking of man of the match, or in that case, women of the match. Okay, they're turning up now. We might have to just stand and fight here. I don't want to exhaust my troops too much. Let's turn to face them. Which unit has the captain in? There's 2 troops there. It's going to be you, I think. Yeah, you've got 204 troops. This will be a tough fight. And we're going to want to charge against this unit, but I'd rather go on this side if entirely possible. Because I want to... If I take the captain, that probably will swing things in our favour, but we are taking on about 4 times our number here. Okay, we're not going to have time to turn around. They're too aware of that, really. I do want to charge into them as opposed to them charging into us. Let's go. Hit the horn. And if that's the captain in the front, I don't think it is, sadly. They're going to flank, which... Oh, they're not going to flank, which actually works in our favour, to be honest. Well, we don't really have much of an additional thing we can do here to support ourselves. If this is just a straight slugging match, if we can tell the captain, that changes things. But defeat is looking pretty certain at the moment, just because of... I think purely just because of their numbers. We are heavy infantry going up against spearmen, but it's still going to be a tough one.
Our men have slain the Saracen general.
Excellent.
Now we must send his men running back to the desert.
Because they're shaken. If we get them to rout, that's pretty good. But if we lose our own captain, that's going to change things up. Let's pull back. And we can go for another charge, hopefully, to try and push them into surrender. They're shaken, they're pulling back, understandably. Let's pull our own troops back here temporarily. And we can go for another charge. I'd actually prefer to go after that unit there. Because that unit there is more likely to break than this one is. We probably deal with these 10 units charging us here. We are fighting downhill. Because I didn't go to quite the right area. That is the unit I want to take on. If I can get 1 unit to break, we stand a much better chance of survival here. A much better chance of winning. So I'm actually going to run them over there, if I can. And because these guys are shaken, they've lost their captain. Because these guys are only spearmen, they're not going to be that effective, but I'm aware of the flank from these guys here. They're shaken. We're currently not any chance of routing just yet. I just want to reposition if I can, so I'm at less chance of being flanked by those guys there, because they are going to start pushing in. That's what I would do. To defend on 2 flanks would be a lot tougher. they're going to react to that, but hopefully we can... We just need to get one of these units down. Tell you what, if we come with at least one other unit here, we might have actually been okay to win this.
I pray the course of our foolish general
That's
has
a problem.
thrown his life away, and perhaps our chances of victory with it.
Can I withdraw? I think I can. Let's withdraw for now. Live to fight another day. Or at least, let's get up the
Our
hill.
army is tiring.
Yeah, no surprises there. We're wavering. I'd rather pull these troops back because they can... These are mailed foot knights. They're still going to be exceptionally useful in the future. I'd rather not lose them. We took out, what, 30% of their troops. It's not bad. We can go for one more final surge, I suppose. I don't think it's going to work in our favour. The only way I can see this working is if we end up getting one of these units to rout. But I don't really see that happening now that we've lost our own captain. We're shaken, we're tired. They're shaken, but I doubt they're as tired as we are. No, we're going to pull up. We're going to pull back.
Lord preserve us. We have lost half of our men.
We've done well. This is always going to be a bit of a tough one to win anyway, with just one unit.
This defeat is a bitter drink to swallow. Next time, it will be our foe that sups.
That wasn't too bad. I wasn't really expecting to take it. I only thought we might have a chance because they were lighter infantry, but we can probably still have another crack in Melilla next turn anyway. They're going to go for Fez, that's fine. Fine enough anyway. But again, we're still mostly interested in what the English are doing.
The enemy lays siege, my lord, but God is with us.
We definitely need to get ourselves out of excommunication though, because at the moment England faces no penalty for fighting us. I don't know how well England is viewed by the Catholic world, and especially the Pope. We'll have to check at the end of the turn. But I suspect it's probably better than I am at the moment. We do have that exceptional diplomat who we're going to send over towards Rome, because I think that's probably our best chance of getting our excommunication lifted before the Pope dies. Okay, we've got a bride presented, that's fine. King of France is dead. King of England is dead, that might be useful for us. And the Great Council has been called. Local priests wish to attend. I will indeed fund this. The third Lateran Council. I don't think we managed to attend the second one, so that's pretty good. Another meeting of the Catholic Church has occurred which condemns the Waldensian and Cathar heresies, as well as enacting new canon law. One law decrees that only the cardinals shall have the privilege of electing the popes. It also forbids tournaments, organises asylum for lepers, and calls on the princes to suppress heresy. Requires every cathedral church to appoint a master to teach the clerics and the poor scholars of the church. This action helps launch cathedral schools that later become universities. And finally, the council calls for a prohibition on Christians supplying Saracens with shipbuilding materials. Excellent. Diplomatic information. That's a bad time for England to be reconciled, right as they've attacked us. Maybe they've been reconciled because they have attacked us. But they're still not particularly favourable. In fact, actually, we're actually viewed slightly more favourably than England are. Right. Fez has been besieged. Is Burgos actually besieged, or are they... Yes, it is. 10 turns still surrender. What do they come with?
You are not my liege.
They come with Miles. Melez, they're superior. They're pretty damn good. There's a lot of cavalry and a lot of archers. Norman sergeants. This is a pretty reasonable army, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong, Burgos is a decent force inside. Whether it's got enough to take on those lads, I don't know, because those archers are long range. We might have to fight a staggered fight there. But that's not great, it must be said. Granada and Fez have both picked up new agents. Okay, yeah, Fez is down here in the north of Africa. Oh, you're pretty good, actually. Of course, there's a Theologian's Guild apprentice here. Because there's a Master Theologian's Guild. I think that's in Cordoba, if I remember correctly. Let's see if I can find it. Well, it's around somewhere. It might be up in Leon. We've got some pretty mediocre troops in Leon that can maybe go and try and relieve Burgos, but I don't know again if that's the right call to make.
Orders.
You come over here, join this force, because we were going to start a new force heading south. My only question is now is, do I use it to go relieve Burgos from the clutches of the English? I think not. I think we just start a new force there.
March.
Now, Duarte the Merciless is 67. He's likely due to die pretty soon.
No, I cannot go there.
Let's do a big training session over at Valencia, but unfortunately there's not much we can grab here. I think we're going to have to form a new force in this part of the world. Toledo can probably recruit some stuff for us. They're not going to be exceptional, but they'll be better than nothing. Seville can also recruit. Again, the quality of people here it's not going to be spectacular. I know Porto can recruit a few little bits. Zaragoza's got its mining network, excellent. Can just whack up the tax rate there a little bit. So you can have roads. So that will help with trade. And Toledo's can have a bakehouse. That's pretty much all our money spent. Granada got a new priest as well, I believe. Oh, you're pretty good, Daniel de Castello. You could be future pope. Your theologian's got apprentice, secretly female, blessed. Bishop and has got a royal seminarian. You're already at 5 out of 10. That's very good. We'll get you to join up with this force. Question is, can
Yes, my lord.
that force definitely can't make it over here this turn. I'd rather drop off the priest this turn so we can start getting some benefits.
Plotting orders.
You can come on there.
Yes, my lord.
You have... Oh, you've got an army as well. I forgot about that army. Arguably, you could go up to England and start causing havoc up there.
Yes.
It's not a terrible idea, but I'd like to give you a few more troops, to be honest. But let's at least start heading you guys this way.
Full sail. Yes.
I might land you so you don't get scurvy. Let's land here.
Yes, my lord.
Although I want my diplomat back on the boat.
Boarding now.
And he's going to head all the way over to Rome.
Plotting course
Take him a few turns together. We do also have another ship en route, I believe. With a
Yes, my lord.
assassin.
Yes, my lord.
This diplomat's not ideal. Could we just bribe England?
Yes, lord.
We shall listen to your proposal, but do not expect... No, we cannot agree to this now.
Their wealth is reasonable.
Until we meet again, sire.
If they're gonna, I mean, just one army by itself isn't that bad, but if they launch continuous invasions, that could be a problem. Who are you friends with? You're friends with the Scottish, so I guess that kind of limits your options. But you're at war with France, myself, Norway, and the Fatimids. It's a little unusual to see the English down here, but if they consider that something they need to do, then well, so be it. But
Your orders.
if you've got an assassin, you've got our diplomat. So I'm gonna just get my boat here to join up with this one, because that's a very competent diplomat. I'd like to keep him alive.
Your Majesty.
I guess you could have another Milena, but they've recruited Farry cavalry there. There won't be a chance for us now. I will send some priests though over towards Miller, because that's probably our next target, I would think.
God's servant. My lord.
So you can come over here as well to start
God's
getting this a bit more Catholic.
my lord.
I will send one or two priests over
Tomorrow. God's
this way as well.
I can go no further.
Yes.
This army is not bad. This can probably deal with the Moors. You, I'm going to, I think, bring round to deal with the English. We've got a big amount of skirmisher cavalry here. And looking at the composition of the English army here, obviously they've got their archers, but they've got very little in terms of skirmisher cavalry, because it's not really how the English operate. So I think we can probably make that work. I'm expecting this to happen this turn, this invasion. Let's just see who else is in this army under Captain Stephen. Unfortunately, King Lucas is also in here. Feudal Knights, they've got a lot of cavalry. Feudal Knights, archers. The Norman sergeants are also exceptionally competent in defence. I'm going to withdraw and fight that on the walls, I think. I don't know if that's something we can hold, though, which is why we're going to recruitment overdrive in the rest of the kingdom. Even at Salamanca, we just need to start recruiting what we can here. So for Leon, anything's better than nothing, really. We'll get this bishop out, though. We may as well get him out to do something useful.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
I think the problem is that we're fighting people for quite a long time, Aragon and Leon, and it's caused our tech to fall behind a little bit, I would think. But we'll have to see. I will try and bribe the English again with a bit more money. But I think they're going to take Burgos, unfortunately. One of our assassins is nearing Rome. That's arguably useful. And one of our other assassins is heading towards Valencia. I don't know why you're heading towards Valencia. I must have been sending you that way for some reason. English. Why the English here? If they weren't here, this would be a lot easier for us just to carry on with things. This is the price of being excommunicated, I think. But it was unfortunate to get reconciled at the same time. Maybe it was a directive from the Pope to get them reconciled. It wouldn't surprise me, actually. Maybe I just need the Pope to die so that we can be reconciled ASAP. I think it is all now about being reconciled. Even if we are treated as even if we're treated as a really kind of the lowest of the Catholic nations, as long as we're actually reconciled by the Pope, that would work. The English are also taking the French. That's not going to be good for them. Oh boy. Okay, the invasion of the English really is beginning. That is also outside Burgos. We're going to need... I was going to invade Africa, but I don't think we can do so now. They're coming with some very, very strong armies. And I don't have much of a force up there to the north. I didn't even check Fez and how that was going to work there, but it's arguably less of a priority at the moment. Potentially what we need to do is just have a big fleet up to the north of our territory to assassinate any English fleets coming in with large amounts of armies. Hildegard of Bingen dies, renowned for her visions, treatises about theology, poetry and visions, natural history and medicinal uses of plants, animals, trees and stones. She is the first composer whose biography is known. She founded a vibrant convent at Rupertsberg where her musical plays are performed and had devised bishops, popes and kings. Okay. More people born.
I will only address you in battle.
Right. Holobars are here. Archer militia's not too bad. I'm just worried that we might get some Sherwood archers. Those guys can be more problematic. Even these Fjord spearmen are really quite strong. Especially as peasant militia. They're not particularly strong in attack, but defense of 10. Right, first things first, let's go to Rome, as that's the centre of the world.
An order? Is there something
Can I request reconciliation? I'm willing to give you quite a lot of money to do so. I'd even give you Burgos if you want. Is that enough? It's balanced. I'll give you map information. I can't give you a regular tribute. I could give you a regular tribute for a couple of turns as well. I'm going to buy my way back into the Catholic world.
No.
No.
You must think us fools. Diplomacy.
Right.
The problem.
The Pope.
What is the name?
27% to take out Pope Pius XIII.
Taking down a person.
This will be fun to see the papal animations.
Would you like him to suffer?
Because if he dies, a new Pope gets brought in, and I should be brought back into the Catholic world. 27% is hardly ideal. Oh, I don't get to see a really cool animation. Come on, lads, take him out. No way. No way we take out the Pope on the first try. There goes Pope Pius XIII. There we go, we've been reconciled. Good news indeed, the Pope has sent an emissary to notify you of his willingness to reconcile his differences with you and your people. Aside from being a great source of relief for more pious subjects, this will likely make any acts of aggression from other Catholic nations towards you come under much more scrutiny. Basically the English. And of course, this assassin has got a little bit better at his job. There's no Pope. At present, the papal seat remains vacant. That will happen next turn. Might be a little bit too late for Burgos, but it's better than nothing. I think we still need to push forward with our attempts to deal with the Moors. I don't think the English are technically excommunicated yet. We can't tell because the Pope is dead.
Your orders?
I'm still going to bring you guys round to here for now.
Yes, my lord.
We're going to ferry you
Yes, my
round.
lord. Leading the men
I want to
ashore.
recruit more boats en route, though, because I have a feeling we're going to need a big fleet to deter the English up here. Let's keep growing Lisbon. Can I get you over? I can't get you over to. I could put a bunch of spearmen outside, given how much cavalry they've got. It might be a terrible idea.
Yes. Your Majesty.
I'll just hang them outside there under Prince Yao. He hates the papacy, understandably. Resents the men of the cloth. This problem is these spearmen will not do a huge amount against this English army.
Get me, you coward.
Salamanca, and we can put together a force. Vincente might have to be our new local commander in the north of Spain. Let's bring him out onto this bridge. Bridge is usually a good place to hide or hold the line.
Yes, my lord.
And we're going to send him whatever we can. Starting off with 5 units of spearmen
March.
and more spearmen here. I don't really want to just provide him with spearmen. I'd like to give him actual, competent stuff,
Would see you dead.
including preferably some long-ranged troops, or just some range in general.
Yes.
We are going to have to deal with these guys outside, though.
Come face me.
Otherwise, we have to go around this way, which I don't really like, but we might have to anyway.
Orders. Your Majesty.
You're also getting on a bit in age.
Orders.
Your high-quality spearmen, we'll bring you along.
Majesty.
And we'll bring along both these units of archers.
Orders. March. A good day.
Send you back towards here.
Of course. I continue to
Who else can we send to join up with this force?
Orders.
Not a huge amount. I just hit my microphone. Well done, me. We can send these lads over, though. The levy archers are just pathetic, though. There's no point bringing them.
Orders.
We'll send them towards Leon.
Move out.
I do think we just need a big old force
Yes?
up in or big navy up to the north, really.
The Sultan will be
It's a lot of siege equipment,
your demise.
but most of these guys are cavalry. So again, if we can just hold out there, that might work better for us. We may as well get you to come across as well.
My lord.
Let's land at Melilla. Let's carry on with our plans for North Africa.
Yes, my lord. This is where
God's servant.
Relations worsen with the Moors, that's fine. We never had good relations with the Moors anyway. Let's send you over this way.
Very good, my lord. Traveling with God.
Not as a spy, but as a scout, really. Let's just see what's over in this part of the world.
Yes, lord.
That looks to me like the Sicilians at Oran, which could be a problem for us in the future. How are the Moors doing in terms of their... ranking in terms of territories? Not... I think we've only got 3 left, and if we're taking on one of them, so that'll be Melilla, that will be Marrakesh, and it'll be somewhere else. Or if this, although if the Sicilians have just taken that this turn, it may not have updated yet.
your orders.
I'm still going to take this diplomat over. Maybe I'd bring him back over here now. We'll drop him here,
Going ashore.
because if I can get this guy over to the English, I might be able to buy their allegiance.
Requesting an audience.
That might work in our favour, I'm not really sure. If Burgos can wait one more turn, we might be okay.
Your orders, noble one.
We really just need better archers, or let's put a long range, I think. But the problem is all that comes from Valencia, from Granada, and Granada's kind of our base of operations for our North Africa campaign. Valencia can get a few more decent troops here, but still it's going to be a long way off from... And definitely to get an archery range, I'd love some Pavis crossbowmen, they are excellent. That's definitely my next thing for Granada and Burgos, should it survive, is better archers.
God's servant.
Can you not tell
It's a pretty decent navy, that could be problematic. Can we recruit any boats at Lisbon? We can get a cog, it's better than nothing. Let's just go on a big old naval recruitment session, including some war galleys. Duarte 68 is probably beyond battle, but he doesn't necessarily need to be here. I'd rather move him up towards Seville, although he's very close to that Inquisitor, so that he can actually be useful, potentially up in the north to some extent. Move you up to Salamanca. You can go join up with them, those macemen. And actually the peasant crossbowmen can join you. It's a pretty miserable force, just full of spearmen, but it might do the job at holding a bridge against some force of cavalry. Although Captain Owen can only really go towards Pamplona.
You are not my liege.
Right, I think we're going to be expecting another couple of major battles here. But hopefully we can start getting back into the College of Cardinals here. Even if we lose Burgos, the fact that we've managed to get ourselves, well, back in the... The fact we've managed to get ourselves, not excommunicated, reconciled, that's the word, by assassinating the Pope is pretty damn cool. I don't think I've ever managed to assassinate the Pope before, and I managed to do it on my first try on 27%. Although we didn't get to see the really, really cool papal animation where your assassin sits at the top of the church with a crossbow and shoots him from very far away. Still, it means that Leonese Pope is dead. That's the last vestige of Leon on the campaign map. So we can see what comes next for us. I am concerned still about the amount of Inquisitors hanging around. There's another Genoese crusading force here. Looks like the Egyptians are reinforcing Gaza, as to be expected. I guess we could actually try joining the Crusade. I think we'll be a little bit too late to really do that, though. Here we go, King Lucas the Merciless. This might be your last stand. Let's do it. Although I imagine they will be excommunicated should they take it from us, but then again there's no Pope at the moment, so I'm not sure. We're going to make it as costly as we can for them though. I really didn't need England here, to be honest. And if we do end up losing Burgos, it's going to be a pain to retake it. Right. What do we plan to do here? We are double tiered here. Arguably the horsemen will be a lot less useful on that second tier of castle. And the siege towers won't be as useful. I think we're going to set up in the middle here. I think we're going to set up probably at the town centre. Because that's our best chance of survival, is just staying here and fighting. With no chance of us having any issues with troops routing. We've got decent quality troops here, we just maybe don't have enough in general to make this work. I will use my skirmish cavalry out the front though. They might be able to block something off here. And these peasant crossbowmen can sit here and keep the towers firing for as long as possible. Everyone else, I think, is going to pull back. Because they're going to have to breach the next layer of walls, and that'll be over here. You go there. I think we've got extra ballista towers or artillery towers up here. Well, I don't know if they're here at the front. They might be at the front, to be honest. Javelinmen could still be pretty useful, actually. We don't have many front line troops, so we've got to consider them an asset. But they can be down here, I think. Crossbowmen can go here. These long-range archers, can you fit up there? You can, perfect. These peasant crossbowmen might be better off staying on the walls, but I'd still like them to be a bit more useful over here, I think. You three guys are going to come here. There's a bit of a wall, a barricade. These crossbows are also going to pull back, I think. I think they'll be more useful here. As best we can, anyway. We might put them over this side for now. No, we can't. They can sit at the back here, actually. And be useful for shooting. If I can get this to work. Can I get them up here? I can, good. Start the battle. Now, who have we left at the front? Okay, I've left these two units at the front. I didn't mean to leave those peasant crossbowmen there. Is that because I didn't put them up? I didn't put them up. Fine, they can stay there as well. Let's get these guys out quickly. Let's deal with this ram. If we can deal with this ram, that's a decent start. Because then that means... If they've got a spare ram, they do have a spare ram. That's unfortunate. Because they'll probably need to use that spare ram to deal with any... Because if we can get this ram destroyed, then the rest becomes less of a problem for us. We need to deal with those linemen arms. They're out of position. Let's just get these guys moving for a second. The other forces are much further away. Right, deal with these guys as best you can, please. The longer we can... Okay, they've abandoned the ram. That's interesting. Can you guys still attack that ram for me, please? No, stop. Whatever you were doing, just stop that. You just go after them again. You've run out of ammunition. Just charge into these guys if you can. Unfortunately, these towers aren't firing. But that's not a terrible thing. Right, pull back, because you guys aren't melee fighters. But if you can deal with these lineman arms, it probably stops that siege tower from coming in. And looks like that other siege tower is also pushing in by itself. because the siege towers and ladders don't appear to have moved. If we can deal with the rams, then the other siege doesn't matter to me, because the only thing that can get through that second layer of defence will be the rams. So we just need to deal with them. Just need to deal with the ram. Get that ram down. If we do get the 2 rams down, nothing else matters to me. I don't know if I can attack it with melee, but we're about to find out. Coming with a few more forces here this time though. We've got spear militia as well, which is a bit more problematic. Right, you guys reform over here. If they're going to just send their siege in slowly, that's fine by me. I'm just going to get you guys to move over here, because I want you to get this tower firing as well, if entirely possible. Because if I can get that tower firing, it's just a bit of extra force. I think these are upgraded ballista towers, which is pretty useful. Yeah, I need things to be firing. That's fine. Now everything there is firing, which is good. Just got to deal with this ram back here. I could commit my general. Let's get our general over here, because at the moment I don't see anyone coming to defend these guys. I'm getting my general down here to help, because if the rams are down, I don't think they can get actually the whole way in. They might make it through the first layer. I don't think they'll be able to make it through the second. So actually it's the lineman armors we need to deal with. Although are these guys going for the ram? I think they might be. Yeah, they are. Which ram is going to be getting to the wall first, I wonder?
We're under attack!
You are under attack. Which ram is the one going to the wall first? I don't know if our general's going to get there quick enough, though. Looks like those spear militia are pulling back, and it's now... Yeah, this is the ram. Smash into the side of them. Buy myself time. Okay, looks like the other siege are getting involved, but again, if I just deal with these rams, the less should be less problematic. Oh god, it's going to take a long while for our general to turn up, though. Okay, pull back. Their other siege is slowly moving forward. But again, if we can just use our cavalry here to buy us some time, this might be all we need. I wish I wasn't doing it with light cavalry. I regret that my general's not closer. He is making his way over. He may not get here quick enough, though. Especially with these spear militia involved, this might be a problem. And that... I almost wish I had my archers here on the walls to help, but I think overall it's still better to have them back there as a bit of a defensive manoeuvre. Bring this light cavalry back, because at the moment there's not much they can do. Get my general out of here quickly. He's nearly here, good. You slam into these guys and he'll probably kill you in the process. But I want these guys off the field. Okay, they've got other siege arriving now, which is a problem. Right, pull back because you guys are going to be slaughtered by those spearmen. Oh no, the spearmen are routing. Good, 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 good. Get after them. You get over here. Those Mars Pedites are going to be a problem for us, I think. You slam into them, you slam into them. Okay, they're routing, excellent. Both these units are routing now. Get off those spearmen. No, okay. Go after these guys. Because these are the next bits of range due to get onto the walls. They've dropped their ladders, so it's going to buy us time. Now get yourself out of there before you die, because there's a heavy infantry, they will hurt. They're routing there, which is excellent, and they've dropped their ladders, which is even better. Currently the only unit that has siege. Oh, don't get too close to the archers, though. Oh, that's gonna be a tough unit to deal with. But these are the only guys who currently are carrying anything siege-related. I don't expect you to do much, I'm just asking you to slow them down. You get into those archers because that's an easy hit on those archers to knock them down. I must say our Hinter's doing a lot better than I expected them to. I'm worried about the Norman sergeants though for sure. Get into these archers please. I need this siege tower gone down really if possible. Oh, watch out for those heavy infantry behind you. Get out of there. Go, go, go. Oh, they were going to... Yeah, they were going to get the new ram. You just charge into them. I did not want you to be engaged in a fight with the heavy infantry or the archers, really. Okay, you pull back. Okay, those Hinter's are dead, but they've pretty much done their job now. I think they are going to make their way through the first tier. You smash into these guys. You smash into those Norman sergeants to buy us some time, please. Don't go after those Norman sergeants, those guys will hurt. Pull back. And even if King Lucas dies but Burgos survives, that might be necessary, I'm not sure. Oh no, stop that ram, stop that ram. That ram's almost more important than the siege tower. Stop that ram. But you're going to be split by those units. Get inside the walls. You've done your job now, General. You've done your job. Get through the first tier. Get yourself back inside if you can. Although a lot of you are going to die in the process. Get inside the walls. ASAP. Hopefully these towers will fire as long as possible. That siege tower technique isn't doing anything just yet. Lost a lot of our general in that engagement, but he's done his job. Let's get him over there, because he might be able to do some charges down this long straight here. You guys are firing, but not particularly effectively. Our Hinter's have been completely wiped out, but that was to be expected. They are re-picking up the ladders and re-getting the rams back. We've taken out 32% of them so far, which is pretty good, using only 2 units of cavalry and our towers, I must say. That's pretty good overall. You get yourself set up over here in an ability to hopefully charge right down the way, please. You're winded, understandably.
Our enemy's ladders have reached our walls. It is time for butcher's work.
I'm going to pull these present crossbowmen back if I can. It doesn't mean those towers will stop firing, but I don't think they'll be very useful much longer anyway. Let's see if we can get these guys back before the towers come up from the English. Let's move these present crossbowmen over to here to make sure this other tower is firing as long as possible. Taking up 33% of them. There's a bunch of them coming in now, so they're not going to survive much longer. But again, they're going to have to bring their rams up here, and that's going to be a struggle for them. Because you guys got flaming arrows. Not everyone does. In fact, I think you might be the only ones that do. So we want to kind of save your ammunition. I'm going to turn you off fire at will. I want to stave you purely for the rams. Because if the rams can't get to us, they can't break in. Those archers can pull, those crossbowmen can pull back, we'll put them on run. That siege tower's burnt, excellent. But we're going to watch out for those sergeants though.
Save us. The enemy have the walls. Look to our defense, or all will be lost.
General's going to pull back as well now. If their Norman sergeants are coming to attack us, I don't want to be a part of it.
I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
See, they've used the ladders here, and their siege tower's burnt. There's nothing they can do.
The enemy's siege tower is just a pile of wood now. Beware lest they try some other trick.
So what they're going to have to do now, they're going to use one of their rams on the next section of the wall. We just lost that unit of very small crossbowmen. These, don't know where they're taking that ram. I presume this ram will be the one coming forward. Okay. What's their next plan, I wonder? Like, they have to attack us, so I'm perfectly content just waiting here. Here comes the majority of their forces. And now where's the ram? I imagine they'll bring both of them with them. They are okay, they can bring the ladders through. That's not great. I was hoping they'd be stuck there. But that's fine. Question is, where are they going to put the ladders? I actually want to swap these guys around. I think these... Actually, I'm guessing they're going to come around this way, so I actually prefer this in general. Some crossbowmen, let's get you up on these walls here if possible. You might be able to lend a hand. Looks like one force is coming here pretty close, these Norman sergeants. But they don't have their ram with them just yet, so that's pretty good. So we can start attacking them here. I don't really want to send my general in because these are Norman sergeants and spearmen. They'll be pretty good at dealing with them, all things considered. But these towers will fire on them. You know, we invested purposefully because we thought we might have to deal with the Genoese. Not necessarily the English, but, you know, needs must. Let's just keep an eye on this other group. And there's another group somewhere. See where they are. Oh, it's these lads. They don't have a ladder, so that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Boy, this is a big old siege, this one. This has been going on a while now. Are you guys actually firing? Certainly you guys are firing. Where are the rams? Because again, if they're only coming up via one... If they're only coming up via one ladder, that's not too bad. Have they left the other ram outside? No, it looks like they brought both with them. No, they have left one ram outside. Excellent. If we can burn this one ram and stop the ladders from getting up, which are there, we might need to charge those ladders down, because I don't really see how we can destroy those ladders. I don't think there's a possibility of doing so. Let's slow down time here. I need to stop these ladders from getting to the walls for as long as possible. Come on, deal with them. Because as soon... Yeah, they're routing. Excellent. But they don't take the ladders with them, unfortunately. Can I pick up... I can't pick up the own ladders for myself. Don't charge the Norman sergeants. Do not charge the Norman sergeants. Don't be idiotic. Back inside. Back inside. Quickly. Do not charge those Norman sergeants. They're going to slaughter you. Although if I could get those Norman sergeants to... They're wavering, actually. Maybe we can get away with a charge. If we can get away with a charge, that would be useful. We've taken out 39% of them. We're nearly halfway. We've only lost 10% of us so far. They're now routing. Excellent. Let's keep our general outside for now. He might be able to land a charge at someone coming in first. Speed up time a little bit. This is a slow tactical siege, but it's working at the moment. I thought these guys might come back. Charge them again. Because if they see some other troops routing, that'll be good. Also, a lot of their remaining troops are cavalry, which can't get up the walls because they can't use ladders. So again, if we just deal with the... If we just deal with the rams, that would work better for us. They're routing again, but they likely won't rout as soon as the other guys are here. I think that's probably enough for our general now. Let's get him back inside so he can command his forces when the time comes. These javelin men could probably do a bit more use somewhere else. I don't know where though. Where's that ram? There it is. Fire on that ram, please. It's got 10 damage on it already. I need my archers to fire on it with their fire arrows, please. There we go, there's the fire arrows, come on. Burn the bastard. Everyone needs to be firing. You guys can't reach. I don't think you guys can. I know you guys are kind of firing. I'm sending my javelins out to buy time to deal with this ram, hopefully. I'm not thrilled by the heavy cavalry outside. Get outside the walls, do not. Keep the gate open. Get outside the walls. Doesn't help. I need the gate closed again. Close the gate, close the gate, close the gate. Okay, gate's closed. Ram is temporarily stopped. Everyone on that ram, please. You just fire the archers. Come on, I need that ram down.
I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
They're going to pick up those ladders as well. Commit the infantry. At this point, commit the infantry. Because if they're broken through, that'll be it anyway. But if that ram burns, it buys us time. The infantry are a long way away. They may not make it before. They may not make it in time, in which case don't open the gates. That ram's still only at 11%. Come on, focus down that ram, please. I can't remember what percentage it needs to get to burn, but it's not much. Fair play to our javelin men, they're doing pretty well at surviving. Yeah, it's pretty tough odds here. Our infantry are nearly here. I guess we're going to commit them. Because if we burn that ram, then we pull back. Get me that ram down, ASAP. I don't really care about anything else at the moment, because the other ram is miles away at the moment. And half their forces are outside the castle. And if we do go down, we're going down fighting. We're going to take a bunch of them with us. This is a pretty desperate siege. Come on. I wish we could push forward a little bit here just to... Okay, those javelin men are dead. Push forward a little bit if you can. Okay, oh, they're wavering. Push forward, push forward, push forward. If we can cause a general rout here, that'd be excellent. At least the partial route would be excellent. Get our general in here as well to try swing the balance of the morale. Because I don't know where... They've only got a captain. I don't know who the unit the captain's with. There's a lot of heavy cavalry here. Please keep firing at that ram. Still only at 11%. General's bodyguard is here, hoping to help. At some point we're going to have to pull back. They're wavering, but those heavy... Okay, those archers are routing. Is that the standard general retreat? It might be. Okay, general, get back inside. You've done your job. In fact, you're the king, not just the general, sorry. King Lucas. We've taken the captain. That's it. That's amazing. That's excellent for us.
Well. Give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Okay. Those guys are routing. Excellent. Back inside, back inside. At this point, if you push forward, you're just going to die. Get back inside the walls. Get me that ram down. It's also, thankfully, the firearm is also going to be damaging their morale, which is excellent. You guys get back to the town square. You've done excellently. Thank you so much for your service. We've taken the general, which is such good news for us. I'm guessing they'll be bringing forward the other ram at some point. It's still over there, though. You guys are routing. You guys aren't routing, but you might be just generally withdrawing. I'm not entirely sure. Let's get back over here. Gate's closed. That ram still hasn't gone down. Let's speed up time here, see what happens. If they're willing just to sit under my arrow fire, I'm not going to say no. All our archers are still firing. At some point, though, our archers are going to run out. Our physical archers will run out of arrows, and our crossbowmen can't do fire arrows, unfortunately. But our ballistas will keep firing, which is the main thing. Or our towers will keep firing. That gate's still closed. We've got burning oil. We're going to use it. Norman Sergeant's coming forward. They're going to pick up the... I was thinking they might pick up the ladders there. Where are you? Who are you guys? What are you doing? Oh, you're routing. That's fine. You guys have pretty much done nothing. Let's see if we can get you guys a little bit closer. If you move them over here, that might work a little bit better for us. These guys are routing now as well. Excellent. And even if we do lose this, we've done pretty well at damaging a lot of them. There's a lot of cavalry left.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
You guys are going to come stand here, I think. Our archers are running out of ammo at this point. I don't think they're going to burn that ram. I'd rather switch fire to someone else. And I don't think the ballistas will... I don't think our towers will fire at the ram unless someone's carrying it. Those archers are now out of ammo. Let's switch them out for someone else. So that someone else can actually have a better chance of firing at them. I think you guys can yeah, you guys can just fit there. Excellent. These archers are very well, but they're no longer that useful for me. But they're decent infantrymen, actually. They can join up with them. 64% dead so far. Again, they haven't put up the ladders just yet. And these guys... oh, what are you doing? That's not what I wanted you to do. That's not what I asked you to do.
I pray the course of this battle changes.
And now this cavalry's going to come inside.
Defeat seems almost certain.
What happened there? How did that happen? Oh, I didn't ask them to go outside the walls. Did not ask them. Okay, pull back, because I don't... These guys are routing. I want these gates closed again before someone else decides to charge through. That is not what I wanted you guys to do. That was unfortunate. Pull back. Pull back, please. No, not outside. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Get out of there. Because now more cavalry are going to charge through, and you're also going to be hit by the burning oil from our defenders. These archers need to get down here, and again, not actually... Oh, for God's sake. Don't know what happened there. Well, we're going to have to push in now. Which is not what I wanted. I didn't command them to go outside the walls. That's incredibly frustrating. I need these guys to go down so the gate closes again. Close the gate. It's still ours. Come on. Those guys are routing. We're actually... We're turning the tide here. Good. Do not follow. Do not follow them. Do not follow them. I beg you. Back, back, back. Get those gates closed. We're actually winning this. We've turned the tide. This is incredible.
We're under attack!
What are you doing? That's not what I asked you to do. You might, I guess maybe you're charging without orders. I'm not sure. Oh, those feudal knights will be a problem. Guys, if you just charge without orders, this is what happens. But thankfully this order is actually dealing with a lot of these feudal knights, which is pretty good. Well, you're going to have to charge back in now. Okay, they're breaking. Do not charge. I repeat, do not charge. Pull back to the town centre. Like a sensible soldier who follows orders. Although it is managing to bait through some cavalry, so it's not a terrible thing. Gates are closed, good. Well, we'll just sit here and let the towers just kill as many as possible, I guess. Until they rout. I think these crossbowmen are now actually doing something a bit more useful. Well, I hope they are. Well, a few of them are firing, not many of them. But if they're going to sit here and get themselves shot, I'm certainly not going to say no. It's just occurred to me we've got a whole other army of the English to deal with after this.
Let trade remains as such.
You're under attack. The ram is hit. But to be honest, I don't think they've really got enough to break through now. To be honest. We'll have to see. And this other... yeah, they've routed. That other ram has got in the way. Good. And if we get them down to only cavalry, then there's not much they can do. Because their cavalry can't push through the walls. Their cavalry can't push the rams. And if they just keep on routing, there's nothing that they can do. And I'm happy just to keep on shooting down those cavalry with our towers. This is why building those extra towers was so important. And why having high-level castles on your borders is also very important. They've pretty much got nothing left now. I think probably actually the best thing we can do is probably head out and charge them, because at this point we just want them to rout as quickly as possible. And the majority of their troops are now routing anyway. I don't really want to commit our king, but I think we're going to need to bring this in swing this in our favour, really. Those cavalry are now routing. Like, at this point, there's very few units that aren't routing. I think it might even just be that unit of archers now. If we can take out that unit of archers, that might be it. Take him down, lads. I can't believe we've won this. But again, we've got a whole other force to deal with. But this is such a... yes!
The enemy flees the battle! Run down those worthless peasants!
Take out as many of them as you can. I don't want to be fighting anyone if entirely possible. We've got some cavalry here. They're relatively fresh. We can at least take out these archer units, so we don't have to fight them another day. And we can bring that other spear army. We can bring that other unit, that other army, which is not particularly impressive. It's only for the spearmen. But they can stand on the bridge, I think, before Burgos, and hopefully buy us time. Unless the English decide to push forward. But I can't believe we even won that battle. Can we win another one, though? I'm not entirely sure. Take them out, as many as you can. And I think we probably won't be able to chase after any of the other ones, but let's wipe out these archer units. You guys, cavalry might be able to catch up to you guys, though. Oh no, because they're in the gates. That's fine. We've done pretty damn well there.
The
Yep,
enemy
a heroic
are
victory.
overcome. This is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
That was a damn good fight. A long one, mind. It's been a very long episode, I apologise, but that was a long old siege. Goodness me, well done, King Lucas. No, you guys being executed. There's a bridge there. As long as... I was about to say that force doesn't push in, but it's going to. I'm not sure we can do that again. But we might have a turn or two to deal with them. So at least they won't be able to attack this turn.
I welcome it.
England have taken Bordeaux. That's interesting. Hopefully the Genoese will attack England, and that will be less of a problem for us overall. Because it seems like the English are being very aggressive with how they're pushing across kind of North and Western Europe. So that could actually very much work in our favour, we'll have to see. Hopefully the Moors don't do anything, because at the moment I'm a bit too occupied to deal with them. If they want to clear out those rebels, that's fine by me. They're going to go after us and Melilla, I would think. Oh, not quite. Please don't attack. Okay, they haven't attacked a Fez. Good, because I need to end the episode. So that's actually working very much in our favour. I'm guessing they've seen our force at Melilla and they're going to try to pull back to there. I suspect we might come to blow with the Sicilians at some point soon, though, because at some point we will deal with the Moors and there'll be no one else left to attack, apart from the Catholic nations. We could make a push for the British Isles. If England are attacking us and excommunicated, we could go up to Ireland, Wales, and maybe push into the English mainland. It's not something I plan to do, but we could do. Now they've attacked us. You're 35 to Guillermo de Lemos. We'll have to see how that goes. Arabic sailors have successfully adapted an old seafaring trick from the Far East, using a plate of wood called a rudder, and the river ship to change its path through the water. Some outlandish notions are being raised by some of the more eccentric military strategists that suggest wars will one day be waged at sea, and the rudder is a vital step towards their vision being realised. And a new pope has been elected. Pope of Norway. Okay, our faith is only wanting. That's pretty good. Now, Pope Eugenius V is only 44, so we'll be around for a while. But we might finally be able to get ourselves back in the College of Cardinals here. I suspect England will eventually be excommunicated again for attacking us at Burgos again. We lost a spy, but that's fine. Man, King Lucas the Merciless at Burgos has done very well indeed, although Captain Owen is coming in now with pretty much the same army. And I don't think he has many cavalry, which is actually more problematic for us. The cavalry actually turned against them there slightly. We've got 4,000. Would you bribe? Would I bribe you for 4,000? No.
Not quite able to. Farewell then.
It was worth a try, I suppose. You go join up with Vincente. That's a pretty decent force. Would it work against the lad at Burgos? I'm not sure. We're going to find out. It's just so many spearmen. But we might be able to relieve Burgos, or at least get close enough. If they don't siege this turn, we can go and stand outside to be a kind of deterrent.
Yes, my lord.
Let's get all our ships together.
Yes.
You just transfer over here,
Merging with
and transfer you over.
Yes. Combining
We are going to gain a pretty sizable fleet over here. I think you're going to take the fight to the English, actually. But I would like you to have a bit more naval support.
Yes, my lord.
At least so you're not
Merging
terrible
with fleet.
in combat. We'll start with the invasion of Ireland, I
Dropping
think.
anchor until morning.
It's probably a decent enough force to take on Ireland. And we can go from there. But this has been a very, very long episode. We've been reconciled. We're not doing too badly given how we were doing before. I will just chuck a few hundred dinars to the Pope.
An order? What is it you
Would you take an alliance? You wouldn't know. You're still not particularly fond of us for the time being. But here, have 1,000 florins.
This seems reasonable. Goodbye. It has been a pleasure.
It hasn't changed our relation with him just yet, but it might do in the future. We're going to call things there. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.